Hello, I'm Johnny Nye from We Are the Arsonists. I'm starting this weekly vlog thing in order to keep you guys updated on concerts, on sales, on t-shirts, on everything that's related to us, and everything that's not related to us. That's like 5 things. So, well, basically, let's just start off fresh right now. I got 2 concerts. We got 2 concerts heading up. One is tomorrow at Parkview High School. It is a guitar coffee house, and it's absolutely free to go to. Just go there and chill and hang out. It starts at 6. We play at 6:30. We're going to play a set. It's completely acoustic. So just come over there, chill out, and have a grand time. And the next one is February 16th. It's in Vienna, Virginia, Jam and Java. And it costs $10 to get in, but that's because it's a charity event. Now, the charity money, 100% of the proceeds are going to go to Charity Water, which, if you don't know, basically what they do, they make wells in undeveloped countries so then they can get water easierly. But yeah, so that's what we're doing, and it starts at 1:30, I believe. Yeah, just come over there, chill out, have a good time. Might be able to perform. It's open mic. And well, I'm going to try to do this random topic thing, so if you guys have any random topics, post them down below, and we'll get to them. Our first random topic of the week, is Dead Space 3, and my first thoughts on it. Now, I'm a big Dead Space fan, I love it, so it's going to be completely biased, but that's okay. And Dead Space 3, when I first started, I had all those unlocks. This is pretty smooth, pretty badass. The first cutscene, I realized that this was going to be a really beautiful game. And that's easy to say about almost every single game nowadays. Especially for me, because I grew up with stuff like the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64 and whatnot, so as long as it's not chunky, then it's good. So yeah, it's a very beautiful game. It's very creepy, lots of blood and gore. So if you're not into that, playability, the controls are a lot tighter than they were in previous Dead Spaces. For the fact that you can now actually roll and crouch adds a lot more, because now, you know, like with Mega Man, with the first Mega Mans and then Mega Man 10, Mega Man X, sorry, like 2 basic movements and shift the entire game and how you play it. So you can basically roll out of situations, you can run faster, you can run away instead of having to fight them and be all slow and all that. So it's actually pretty good how they did it. Playability, it's really good. The replay value is awesome because those optional missions and collectibles and everything, I think they add to it. We bought it for $60, so why are people complaining? First off, the game's very big. It's on 2 discs, so it's going to take a while. The story is very long from what I can tell. I'm only 7 chapters in on single player and 5 chapters on co-op. Which brings me to my next point. Co-op. It's a very different experience. The fact that it's more fun, just like co-op should be. You can fuck around with people and then they yell at you, which is fucking awesome. But the way I expected it to be, they said that most of the cutscenes would be different. But from what I can tell so far, they're not. Which isn't a problem. But like, I expected it to be different. And second off, for some reason, when you're in co-op, you can't grab a lot of things with your stasis, which is kind of weird, but it's alright. It's nothing to really complain about. You can still pick up the thorn arms and shoot them, which is still pretty fun, and actually is a lot more helpful. The music in Dead Space 3, holy shit. I mean, to me it's reminiscent of Jaws, which is a fucking good thing, and a fucking bad thing, because it scares the shit out of me. It makes you fucking paranoid, because you go out of doors or elevators or anything like that, and the music will start playing. It'll be like, dun 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 dun. It'll stop, and that's the moment, and you're just like, something's about to fucking jump out of me. And I love it, and I hate it, because it works so good, and I'm such a bitch. But when you're with friends, you can shit your pants together, so it's all fun. The thing that's confusing, though, I find it's good because it invokes creativity and everything. It's the weapon customizer and weapon creator. It's just like Tom Clancy's Advanced Warfighter 2 or Ghost Recon, that new one that just came out that I can't remember. But yeah, the weapons customization is kind of like that. It's because it's detailed and everything, but it's just fucking confusing as hell. At least for me, in the most part, right now. And they give you a tutorial and everything, but it doesn't explain much, in my opinion. And basically, like, you need tungsten for a lot of shit. And tungsten is the hardest fucking thing to find for some reason. But yeah, like, the story's really good as well. I think it's actually pretty great. One thing I want to bug on, though, it's not the game itself. It's a review that I read from IGN, who gives everything except Call of Duty, unless it's a really good game, an 8, which is kind of weird. But basically, one of the reasons I gave Dead Space 3 a 7, which I could agree with if they explained it better. One of the reasons they gave it a 7 was because they said it was a forced story. It's like, how can you force a story on someone? First of all, you're buying a game for $60. You can't really force someone to buy a game. And second of all, the way that I pictured it, it's like I took like a fairy tale and like just started shoving in your face. I don't get it. But one thing I will say though, if you haven't played the first or second Dead Space, good luck. They have one of those things where they explain what happened, but it's like, yeah, the markers came up a whole bunch of years ago and people thought they were great, and then they weren't great, so they were buried, and then some shit found it with this guy named Isaac Clarke, and then he got some special powers and he blew up a bunch and they wanted him and they got him and he escaped and he blew up some other shit. So, doesn't really explain much. It's still a great game. It's just you have to be dedicated to the other ones as well. It's kind of like the Assassin's Creed series. You can't just jump in and like like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and expect to know what's going on off the bat. So, but it's a good series to be dedicated to. So that's my first thoughts on it. Like I said, I haven't beaten the game yet. So yeah, let me know what you think about Dead Space 3 below. What's your favorite Dead Space moment? That'll be the question of the week. So just remember, there's a gig tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We play at 6:30, Parkview High School Guitar Coffee House. It's going to be awesome. Then February 16th, the charity event at Jam and Java, $10 per person, and starts at 1:30. Alright, see you all later.